Keep in mind, there are no right or wrong answers. Kind of. State to everybody what you're doing.
Okay, I am about to play the Stanley Parables. Woohoo!
Okay, that was very loud. Did you see the ball jump?
Woohoo! Loading. Do 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 do
Wow,
do
that is
do do. Do
abnormally
do
long
do
loading time.
do 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 do
Singing
do
the loading
do
song.
do 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 do
Okay.
This is the story of
Pay
a man
attention,
named
this is super
Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building, but as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
No, Stanley was not happy.
Stanley was fucking happy as shit.
Stanley was bored as shit.
You're bored as shit.
Nobody there.
You going?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, yeah, or entered the door on my left.
Like this one.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Tips for
Feeling a
not
wave of
getting
disbelief,
fired.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
How does someone
Oh, jeez.
do not alter without consent? Consulting the whiteboard manager. That's a Kelly.
Get closer to it. Look at this. It says R.I.P. Fran.
They have a lot of meetings.
They have meetings every day.
Yes. Wait. Everyone is unique.
We can get closer to it. We don't have to be all the way across the room. Okay.
Wow. That's a
No
me.
slides on this slide. Okay, let's go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh. Had to back up. Oh.
Door. That doesn't open.
Oops.
No, that was the door. Did you close that?
No?
Okay, go that way.
Oh, which way?
Forward.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
28455.
No. Here.
What? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Walking over there. Oh. Shoot.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
4, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Whoa. I don't like where this is going. Oh, it's creepy.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Which way, babe?
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
That thing.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Forward.
I lock it.
Caught on something. There we go. Go. There's a button.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable.
Fired.
Wasn't
That's
it?
why they had the
Was
chart
it even
how to
possible?
not get fired.
Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls
wait.
labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working.
Wait,
all of it
go push
monitored
button.
and commanded from this very place.
Yeah.
And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
It's just that-
Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. Ow, she scratched me.
Okay, where are we going?
This way.
Okay.
I want to go over that computer. Nothing.
Come on.
Let's go over.
Power. Facility power.
Let's go. Ooh.
Waiting input.
Let's push a button.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Push that off button. Oh!
I don't even know what it did. You turned off the mind control system?
Yes.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine.
I won.
unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For
it's
it was
a
not
steamy
knowledge
day.
or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives,
Let there be
it
light.
will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Maybe.
And Stanley was happy.
I freed Stanley. Yay!